end up scarring each other to death. Not believing anything anyone says is real. We relate things with other similarities that come and connect. But what does one realize from being so far in depth? How does one get lost in a self created by others? Utilizing these utensils that we speak in foreign tongue, communicating our diseases through lack of a better means. As these snowflakes fall, each and every idea is diluted into an abyss of imagination, covering up our own blemishes and a lack of truth. Reality! With false emblems imprinted in the clouds of a crushing dream, waiting with much anticipation for the servant to slave an insatiable addiction of being. No one can decide, and nothing will suffice. Assault on these minute grains of salt sinking towards the bottom of a gratitude encasing, displaying ourselves with no hope to persuade the atmosphere we inhabit bitter ever tasting, the pounding the ass of stuffing our mouths with throats of course of discontent, everyone controlling the seat to what is held worthy in the eyes of few. Finding unknown territory cannot amount to the selfish ways we must divide. Blinded by the roots of falsified childhood themes, a trap clearly burnt into the grain. We're all on a mission to save and leave a big impression. Circling the sharks, unbelievably unrefined passages, drilling deep into the spine. Truly understanding and truly knowing can only be achieved in another makeshift beauty. Searching for a connection that is natural, right above the exit sign. Sitting in the doorway into a grand devastation, a small sparkle in the face of the truly kind. Recycle the vomit of acceptable social norms, struggling undefined terms to a soulless decision made by your psyche. A determination to abide eras to complete upon arrival, covering the significance of a tired farewell. Storytelling your way to the foot of a stranger's bed, meditating static clear as wine, it bleeds. Surprising stereotypes that intrigue our facade. Shine of stagnant clutter, easy to destroy, but yet we build invisible walls under the stillness seas of uncontrollable clamor. Street light shadows through the dead leaves on the chapel. Sense of euphoric bland enterprises sharply digging to be well known, but forever waiting through the unknown. This latent silliness captured in moments, shared scorched remarks, and still listening to messages untrained in thought. Pretending for unto one's capabilities to decipher an existence, waiting just around this human-made corner. Blurry tasks perceived to be the answer to short-lived living, in print, illuminating the uneasy feeling of quietness. We all have our secret plans with diabolical institutions, reserving our spots for procrastinating sunrise. Slowly the blemishes of the routine conversation of caring about consumed time, missing the importance of everyday customer satisfaction, with an ever-evolving rebirth succumbing to beat of a rising sun. This placid air interrupted from an institutionalized personified relationship, traveling curiously towards insightful jargon. No temperature is ever sufficient for feelings of perception taken out of context. Trying aimlessly to tame this wild beast of self-loathing before you can ever admit unfettered creativity, shifting along the planets of an unearthly consciousness, dwindling through a window, driving aside a peace of mind, directly locked under while unconfined, leaving behind past experiences like white wolf's hair unreasonably on your jacket's side. Towering familiar faces, indented irritation, not far behind. Grandiose strides taken to slow down grandfather crime. Infatuated with the gross complexities, dragging polyrhythmic ladders, erosion carving smooth focus, dirty lenses sighting our intellect. The price of certain death. Spazzy old lady, very proper Christian, tucks of baking crafts on a table with warm beer from Germany, intoxicated from feudalism and American citizenship. There's no no draft large enough. You never know, they could change it all. Remember to go home, be strong. Reach out and touch that. What is a good sermon? Short and sweet. A small book for interested people. A four-sided box to combine. Added intention and overflowing the value. Part of your own consciousness. Will leave an intermission of the same cardboard box over and over again in your own mind. Salivating from the right below the limits of your own sight. Twice in the middle of this life tonight. Enter a book of Death Jacks, unreasonable legal attacks inside the margin paid by the state. It feels so good. Return on investment, building this strong base to defeat the face of a massive opponents. Historical poor advertising, a piggybacking, invested interests, rolling or borrowing entrance to sale here. Traumatic brain injury. Need is in the trash. A single special feeling that is obviously fake and superficial. The story has life. Bring to the community your own life. More than that, an advocacy, a vibrating of the PC to correctness of distilled labor, an organizing the apocalypse, a time frame that doesn't exist. Have you ever contacted the police? Whatever can go wrong will, and it won't. At the most important time, leaving the rubber so you can bounce. Plan ahead for a blueprint of devastating destruction. Trust everybody but cut the cards. Appointing a committee of predetermined selfish groups.